Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be talking about foods that are truly healthy for you and to add to your diet weekly as you can. Our society as a whole has become increasingly concerned about eating healthy. In order to do that, it's important to know what foods are truly healthy for you and those that are not. It's very possible to get all the vitamins you need out of your food instead of going out and buying additional expensive supplements. Today I'll show you some foods to incorporate into your diet to get started on the right track to healthy eating. There are foods that seem to be good for you, or those you thought were good for you the whole time you were growing up. Take, for example, whole wheat. Whole wheat is a dense sense of calories. A slice of whole wheat bread can be up to 140 calories, depending on the brand. The calories come from processed wheat and white flour, which have no nutritional value whatsoever. One way you can tell is by reading the label on your loaf of bread. What you need to look for is whole grain bread, not whole wheat bread. Whole grains are not processed. You can actually see the grains in the bread, and it will have a more hearty texture, more flaky texture. Your calories will reduce to less than 100 calories per slice, and you'll add nutritional value of adding the unprocessed grains and fiber into your diet. And how about eating all your vegetables? Are all vegetables good for you? Not necessarily. Corn, whether it's fresh, frozen, canned, has almost no nutritional value whatsoever. And it's also a complex carbohydrate, which when consumed, it turns immediately into sugar. Why do you think they feed almost every type of livestock there is corn? It's to fatten them up before they go to the slaughterhouse. Other than that, other vegetables such as fruit, beans, whole grains, that can also protect you against cancer and other diseases. They also contain fiber, such as broccoli, and the carbohydrates in these foods is a simple carbohydrate, and it's a good source of fuel for your body, and it can also help you control weight and burn calories. Okay, that brings us to some words on labels that you should avoid. You should avoid processed, concentrated, additives, and fat-free. Those four things you should always read on the labels, and those things you should shy away from. Processed food includes chemicals and additives to preserve or stretch the product and to enhance some of the food's flavor. Concentrated is also another word for processed, compressed, which also manufacturers use to stretch a product or use additives to add more, whether it's a better taste or just produce more of the product. One example of this is everyday lunch meat, such as turkey or ham. When you cook a turkey or ham for Thanksgiving, it looks nothing like the rolls that they have when you go to the market deli. And those rolls, as well as the fast food places you'd go to, the meats are processed in such a way to make them taste like the real thing. But in actuality, it contains pieces of the real meat along with fillers, chemicals, and preservatives to make it last longer on the shelves. And that's not all. If you look at the label for ham, for example, the number one ingredient for ham in the roll is water. It's chemical water that has been added to the ham to chemically fuse the pieces of meat together. Some turkey products, and I don't like to call it turkey because it's turkey products, are even pressed with things like seaweed to stretch product further and artificially taste like turkey. This only stretches the product, not only stretches the product, but makes the product profitable for places like Subway and other food chains. Fat-free is another key word to look for. We have all heard of low-fat and fat-free diets and believe it's a healthy way to go. It's really not. There are essential good fats in your body, or that you need for your body, to help correctly absorb the vitamins and nutrients you need from your food. As described in Dr. Z's book on women in the metabolic syndrome, labels such as fat-free is another way of saying added sugar. In order to keep the foods that are reduced in fat, manufacturers add sugar, whether it's high fructose corn sugar or just regular sugar, to make them taste better because they've taken the fat out of that food. Another type of fat to stay away from resides in most packaged foods. It's called trans fats. Those contain partially hydrogenated oils. These hidden fats are another way to preserve food and keeping them in solid form, such as margarines. Several foods contain trans fats, such as crackers, popcorn, fish sticks, frozen waffles. Even foods that you might think are healthy, like bran muffins, cereals, and non-dairy creamers. Wheat thins are loaded with trans fats, and there's that word wheat again. It sounds good for you, but it's not. Saturated fats are another type of fat to reduce in your diet. They come mainly from fatty meats and whole dairy. Good fats to incorporate are unsaturated fats. Fats that come from fish like salmon and tuna. These also contain omega-3 fatty acids that actually help you burn fat and naturally boost your metabolism. These good fats can also be found in olives, olive oils, nuts, avocados, and grains like flaxseed, which is also on the list of superfoods to add to your diet and promote heart health. So what are some ways to correctly incorporate these food choices into your diet, at least on a weekly basis, if not a daily basis, to attain the vital nutrients your body needs? If you enjoy foods like fresh vegetables, fruits, lean meats, fish, beans, nuts, that's wonderful. If you don't, or you have children that are picky eaters like I did, you have to find ways to hide nutritious foods into their meals that they would normally eat. This can actually expand their palates and get them used to different flavors they wouldn't normally try. Eventually, when you feel comfortable enough for the truth about what you're putting in their food, they'll come to enjoy the flavor and eat such things on their own. You can hide vegetables such as cauliflower, spinach, in the cheese sauce for even macaroni and cheese. Even add a little garlic, which is great for healing and reducing your blood pressure. You can add things like ground flaxseed, coconut water, cinnamon, fresh ginger into fruit smoothies. Flaxseed is great for heart health. Coconut water is the most hydrating liquid to consume. Cinnamon and ginger are great natural antioxidants. It breaks down toxins our bodies come in encounter with every day and reduces inflammation. And spices. Spice it up. This is super simple, an easy way to increase flavors of things you wouldn't normally eat or think you don't like. My children refuse to eat any kind of fish, especially salmon, which has all the good fats and omega-3s they need. I made a spicier version with lots of pepper, oregano, and crusted it with Parmesan cheese, and they liked it. Spices can make a difference in preparing healthy foods. And don't forget, the spices themselves contain antioxidants and healing properties. After many years as a food service and as a restaurant manager, one thing I've learned is if you want to make changes, you have to have a plan. Planning meals and menus doesn't have to be difficult. Simply choose a few foods a week to incorporate into your meal plans and build menus around that food. One night, replace your usual iceberg lettuce with kale, romaine lettuce, spinach. All these things you can incorporate in your diet, all of which have a huge amount of vitamins and nutrients you need. Another night, replace your red or russet potatoes with a sweet potato. And that's another superfood that gives you great nutrients. Try a couple different vegetables a week, cooked in different ways, seasoned well. Find a way you like them, and incorporate that into your diet. Add walnuts, pecans, almonds, pumpkin seeds to your salads, gives them texture. And also blueberries and raspberries have been proven to contain cancer-fighting agents. Think colorful. Add deep greens, reds, purples into your diet, and you'll the ingredients you incorporate to get on the right track for healthy eating. You just have to decide to try and take a couple things a week, find what you like, and build a plan around it. Thank you.